Ladies and gentlemen, 𝐜𝐾 here, yet with another one. Now, imagine this scenario. You have invested your hard-earned money. You can say any amount, 600,000, 700,000, maybe 1 million, maybe 100,000 or 200,000, into a business that has promised you daily profits guaranteed, just enough to earn your trust, okay? And then one day you wake up after receiving some small amounts in terms of profits, everything just stops. And instead of receiving your money, you receive a document like this that I want us to discuss today. Let's break down this so-called refund agreement. From the document, it promises a full refund, claims it will be paid within 1 month, requests the victim to sign confirmation. But from the look, there is a problem. This document looks official, but is it official? This is actually a psychological trap. And I will be explaining why I'm telling you if you have signed this document and you're out there, this is just a psychological trap. And by the fact that you signed it doesn't mean that actually he can escape from this. So how does this scam of Pastor Show works, or the so-called Stanley Muraguri? This is a classic Ponzi style Forex scam, okay? Here's how it plays out step by step, and I need you to understand, okay? So you are told, I trade Forex, guaranteed returns, limited slots, by the way. So you should hurry. You know, the moment you're told, I am a good Forex trader, I have been doing here this so-called loyalty tests, you people know me, I have been here. So I don't have that much time, to work for so many people. So these slots are very limited. So my eyes will actually focus on this document, and I will just explain as I see it. And probably you can tell me if you're seeing it differently. So let us just break down the so-called refund agreement. So from this document, the first thing you see, it promises a full refund of the initial capital of the investor. It also claims it will be paid within 1 month, right? Then it also requires the victim to sign confirmation showing that actually you received your money. But from the look of things, if I look at this thing according to its articles, this document looks official, by the way, but it's actually not official, but a psychological trap. What do I mean by a psychological trap? So, so this psychological trap is a type of what we call a classic Ponzi style Forex scam. Here's how it plays out, and I will give you step by step, okay? So, number one, you are told, I am a Forex trader, and I guarantee you returns, I guarantee you returns. And by the way, these are limited slots, so I don't really have that much time for you, to discuss what. If you want to invest, you can just invest, send that money, let me work, and, your capital is not affected. At the end of the day, if you want your capital, you can just write me and sign here, then we are good to go, you get back your capital. So the moment people hear that this is a Forex trader, the so-called Pastor Show, they say, Pastor Show has been here, he has been doing some good job, exposing scammers, arresting thieves, kidnappers, and all of that stuff. So when he says he's a trader, people buy that. And when he says also he's making this money, and he uses what we call lifestyle. He's showcasing, I have this big laptop, I have this good clothes, you can see I have this nice car, I am having parties on every day. So, okay, this looks so nice, and the slots are limited, so let me go there. So you go there, invest. So for example, you invest, say, 600,000, like one of the guys who said they invested 600,000. Then within days, you receive small payouts, 5K, maybe today, tomorrow, you receive something like 10,000. The intention of you getting your money back in terms of profit It is not actually for you to make money. It is just an illusion for you to say, this is legit. Okay? This creates an illusion of, this is legit. It's very legit. I gave this guy money and within few days, guys, I'm seeing my money. So you will even be tempted to go out there and do what? And start telling people, hey, come, guys. Let me show you. You see, this is how I am making money. This is how I'm making money. But the purpose of this is not profits you're making. It is your initial money. Imagine you've put somewhere 600,000 and then you're receiving 10,000 or you're receiving 5,000 on daily basis in small amounts. It's just like me asking you, give me your money, and then I'll be giving you in bits, but telling you that actually your money is creating you profits and your initial capital is untouched. You get my point? So you are encouraged to do what? What are you encouraged to do the moment you see profits? This is where the question comes. Still referring to this letter. What happens is you have to add more money. So for example, out of the 600, you are receiving 10,000. But the guy calls you and tells you, instead of receiving 10,000, you can do something and be receiving maybe 20,000. So that mindset tells you like you should look for 600,000 more and add on what already you're being given in small bits. Okay? Then you will also be asked, tell a friend to tell a friend. Like one of the soldiers who was referred to by the sister, like so you are encouraged to tell friends about this business. You are also, you're encouraged to add money. Then payments become smaller or less frequent. Okay, that is how it happened with this case of Stano. Pesa ilishuka kidogo, kidogo. Then delayed excuses, my account nini, what has happened, blah, blah, blah stuff. Then suddenly, no withdrawals, suddenly no communication. The guy is off YouTube as he's gone missing. You get? So the refund agreement trick, you are told here, let us go back to the letter, sign this refund agreement, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back in a month. Sounds reasonable, by the way. Oh yeah, I will be paid, so I have to sign this. But I need you to look closely. From the document, is there any legal enforcement mechanism? Are there penalties if payment is not made? Again, no guarantees or collateral in case this guy misses, doesn't pay you in time according to your agreement or what you signed. And then, where's the confirmed receipt that you have received your money? So after payment, is there any receipt that you're receiving? Nothing. This document does two major dangerous things according to me if I look at it the way I'm looking at it. First, it buys time for the scammer to disappear. Then second, it creates false hope. So victims don't take action, maybe go to the police station or run to the Central Bank of Kenya. Right now, you're supposed to have run to the Central Bank of Kenya and reported the matter so that the accounts can be traced which received money. And if there is money, they can be frozen. You get? So the document is meant to fool people. Okay? And psychologically, it resets the victim's expectations that this guy gave us this document. There is no way he can do this. But so why victims fall for it? Number one is, this isn't about being stupid, by the way. It's about human psychology. So victims are already financially invested, emotionally attached, hoping to recover the losses. And that is where many people are. In fact, right now as I'm talking to you, there is a group they have formed, but they are not talking. They are not like, bringing this to life to discuss about this matter. Why? Because they believe Stano is going to give back their money. I think that is what they believe. I think they believe that Stano is going to come back. Maybe that is what they are waiting for. You get? So they are like, I can talk something and maybe someone will say this and then I'll not get back my money. Or maybe Stano is just sick. He will come. Okay? So that is what is happening. So when they are offered solution, they take it, even if it is another trap. You understand? Yes. So how is this a sign of Forex Ponzi scheme? First of all, you guys were guaranteed profits. Number two, no verified trading history. You have never seen any trading history. Stano. Number three, payments depend on new investors. Then pressure to act fast. excuses when withdrawing, refund promises instead of actual refunds. So if you see these kind of things, just walk away, okay? So how to protect yourself next time you next time you find these kind of schemes, huh? So if you're already in this situation, likely I would suggest don't sign anything you don't understand, by the way, okay? Document all communications, zile ma WhatsApp texts, zizo ma voice calls, all of them, and then report to authorities or financial regulators. This is where I'm telling you, run. Right now, you guys are supposed to have, you're supposed to be at Central Bank of Kenya to freeze this guy. So you have to also warn others. That is why everybody who is calling me to tell me this story, I'm recording them and I'm putting it out there. That is one way I'm trying to pass the message to other people that if there is a guy claiming they are going to teach you Forex out there, they are going to help you start making money through Forex, you should be warned. Like, these people have lost hundreds of millions. I'm talking to you, okay? So that is one thing. So these scams are getting smarter, and these scammers will always get smarter, especially when you are greedy and are in haste to make money. They don't just take your money. They manipulate you to trust them, of which you've seen one of the victims actually apologizing, okay? So if this video has helped you, by the way, just consider clicking that like button, leave a comment section, hapo hivyo jaza ka comment kiasi. I will highly appreciate. So thank you so much. See you in the next one. But this one is a fake one. And then article number 4, before I close, it says you have received your money. Have you received your money? Don't sign the contract.